In this video, we'll be talking about the Integrated Development Environment, commonly known as IDE, and we'll compare it with the code editors. When we talk about Integrated Development Environment, it's a software application that offers computer programmers with extensive software development abilities. IDEs most often consist of a source code editor, inbuilt automation tools, and a debugger. Most modern IDEs have intelligent code completion. IDEs enable programmers to combine different aspects of writing a computer program. On the other hand, of course, Code Editor is a simplified version, and it contains only tools to write and edit the codes. Code editors are tools that software developers use to write and edit code. Code editors are generally more straightforward and focus on code editing. If you compare IDE with Code Editor, an IDE has a graphical user interface GUI, while a code editor does not. An IDE also has features such as code completion, syntax highlighting, debugging, which are not found in Code Editor. Code editors are generally simpler than IDEs, as they do not include many other IDE components. IDEs are more extensive. They have way more features, whereas code editors are simpler. And such code editors are typically used by experienced developers who prefer to configure their development environment manually. In this and the next couple of slides, I will be showing a list of different IDEs. It's not possible to compile an exhaustive list here, but I have jotted down a few important IDEs here. One of the most popular IDE is the PyCharm. Visual Studio Code is also very much popular. I personally prefer to use Visual Studio Code. Sometimes I also use PyCharm, but you can use any of these IDEs. In this tutorial series, we will not be using any of these IDEs. Rather, we will be using an online tool that is called as Google Colab. Google Colab is the environment which is offered by Google. It is free. It has certain advantages. The biggest advantage is that you don't need to install the software or IDE on your computer. You can go online and use the software to test your code or run your code there. So if you talk about Google Colab, it's a short form of Google Collaboratory. Google Colab is a hosted Jupyter Notebook service that requires no setup to use and provides free access to computing resources, including GPUs and TPUs. Colab is especially well suited to machine learning, data science, and education. I will not be describing here all the benefit of Google Colab. My purpose here is not to give you the details about Colab, rather, just to tell you that we will be using Google Colab for making and running codes. You can find many YouTube videos which can give you benefits of Colab. I will just be describing here that this is an interface which we can use. The question is, how can we access the Google Colab? You can use it instantly if you already have a Google account. You have a Google account if you use Gmail. You can just search for Google Colab in Google and you can get the information. If you search Google Colab, you can get this kind of page, and if you click Open Colab, a new page will open where you can open a notebook. But before giving you the ways how to use the Google Colab, on this slide, I'm going to show you a few more details about the Google Colab. It's a cloud-based environment where Jupyter Notebooks are used. I mentioned previously that the Jupyter is a short form of Julia Python and our languages. Jupyter is primarily made to make codes using these three languages. Google Colab requires no setup to use. It provides free access to computing resources, including GPUs and TPUs. Colab is especially well suited to machine learning, data science, and education. It's especially useful for tasks requiring a lot of computing power. The good thing is, when you are using Colab, the resources on your computer are not utilized. Rather, the resources from the Google server will be utilized. And these are particularly helpful in testing deep learning algorithms, analyzing huge amount of data, and training machine learning models. Colab is especially well suited to machine learning, data science, and education. With this one, our lecture is finished today. See you in some next video with more information. If like the video, then share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press bell icon for instant notification about any new videos.